It's time for the match game. Hollywood Square. Hour with, from Clapper John, M.D., Brian Mitchell. From Too Close for Comfort, Lydia Cornell. Paul Provenza. Edie McClure. Jamie Widow. And the stars of the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour, Gene Rayburn. John Bowman.
Hello. Thank you very much. Welcome one and all to the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour. This is a marriage of two of your favorite TV games. I'll be hosting the match game.
And later on, I'll be handling the Hollywood Squares.
Splendid. Now, John, suppose we get the audience to join us in greeting our stars. Hello,
Shall
stars.
we?
A little applause for the stars there. Hey there. Hello, Gene. Hi, Gene. Are you ready?
We are ready.
You don't look ready to me. Oh, all right.
We're tepid.
Oh, listen, I love
We
your
are
outfit.
so ready.
Stand up. Now, let everybody see this. I know they
Yes,
saw you
this is
make your
unbelievable.
entrance there, but isn't he nifty? Show him the shoe. Put a shoe up here. Put a shoe up there. Red shoe.
Red shoes.
Gene, nifty.
Let's get this over with. I got to get back to work at the movie theater.
Okay. All right.
And they thought vinyl was dead. Please.
Let's say hello to our two players here, Teresa Truitt and Luann Williams. How do you do? Now, we want to get acquainted and find out a little bit about you. Let's start with you, Teresa.
Okay, I'm originally from Nebraska. I've been in California for about 3 years, and I'm a nursing student.
Really?
Yeah.
You have beautiful teeth.
Thank you.
Doesn't she have beautiful teeth? Look at her teeth. Take your teeth out. I want to show them. I'm only kidding.
And so many of them.
Yeah, right. Luann.
Yes, I'm recently from the Seattle area. I'm happily married, and I'm a very busy mother of my 3 sons, Jesse, Ryan, and Casey.
Oh, how nice, Luann. Good luck to the ladies here. Let's start the game. On the match game, the object is to match as many of our celebrities you can. We'll play 3 rounds, and the one who has matched the most at the end of the game will go on to challenge our returning champion on Hollywood Squares for a chance to win up to $30,000. Here is round 1. We have questions A or B, and Teresa, you won the toss, so you will go first.
I'll take B, please.
All right. B is what she wants. On Hollywood Squares.
Oh, what a great
I've heard
show.
of it. Yeah. One contestant said to the other, "That celebrity is really insecure. Look, he's got his blank inside his square with him." We're all ready. Teresa, on Hollywood Squares, one contestant said to the other, "That celebrity is really insecure. Look, he's got his blank inside his square with him."
His teddy bear?
His teddy bear. That's good. Peter Bull would be proud of you. He wrote the teddy bear book, the definitive teddy bear book. Paul, what do you say?
I wish I'd thought of that, because it's really a problem when I ask my mother to climb the stairs.
Mom, that's good, though. Good. Teddy bear's good. That's good. Edie?
This was industrial strength insecurity, however, psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist, yeah. That would be the ultimate insecurity. Brian?
I said that he's got a security blanket.
A security blanket. Another good one. Oh, we've got some wonderful responses here. So far, no match, Teresa. That celebrity is really insecure. He's got his blank inside his square with him. Oh, that's a symbol of insecurity.
Well, as the host of Hollywood Squares, I can't imagine how anyone would act that way. But I said, teddy bear.
Teddy bear. One for Teresa. All right. What do you say?
I think Brian and I have the same insecurity. My banky.
Your banky.
Banky.
What was that, Banky?
Banky. All right. What do you say, Miss
I
Lydia?
think John and I think alike. Teddy bear.
2 teddy bears for Teresa. Well, now let's see if Luann keeps up with Teresa. Now, I'm sure you've all heard of the book looking out for number one. Looking out for number one. You've heard of that book.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure,
there's a new book out.
If you want us to, Jane,
You've
we
heard
can
of that.
follow.
Right. You got it.
Dr. Dwayne.
There's a new book out about New York Central Park. It's called Looking Out for Blank. Want to study it? You may read it if you wish.
Okay.
Luann,
Okay.
this book, Looking Out for Number One, you've heard of that. Well, there's a new book out about New York Central Park. It's called Looking Out for Blank.
Muggers.
Looking out for muggers. That's really not true. I must come to New York's defense. It's not true. Well, it's true to a certain limited extent, but not as true as it used to be. Hey, Paul.
Well, you know, Gene, being from New York, I happen to know that that book is called Looking Out for Number Two.
Yeah! Isn't that a one?
Little fly.
See, looking out for number one, looking out for number two as you're walking through the park. You get the idea?
You notice the little flies?
Oh, yes, I got it. Oh, now you understand it, eh? You want to change your answer? Too late, sorry. What do you say?
Well, I have a friend who used to walk through Central Park on her way to work at 30 Rockefeller Plaza, and she wore a boa constrictor around her neck. Nobody bothered her. But I wasn't so fortunate. I'd say it's looking out for Mr. Mugger.
Mr. Mugger. 2-1 the score now. Where are you from, Brian?
I'm from Seattle, as a matter of fact. From Seattle, Washington. Mm-hmm. And it's a good
He's
thing, too,
dripping
because
all over the floor.
I said muggers. Aha! Great minds, huh? Great
2-2 score. All right. Looking out for number one, the new book about New York Central Park called Looking Out For.
Well, when I lived in New York, my bulldog, Little Caesar, and I would walk through the park. He likes his name to be mentioned on the air because he's kind of a publicity hound. So the first thing that came to my mind with my little pooper scooper was number two.
Looking out for number two. That's the law in New York now, isn't it? And it's a good law, yes.
And that's why, also being from New York, my dog, Howie,
Howie?
Yes.
Howie?
Yes, Howie. We pick up after Howie, and therefore there is no more number two to look out for. And in defense of the city, as you said earlier, Gene, we now only look out for muggers after dark when you are by yourself.
Bing.
Wait.
All right, Jamie.
There you go.
Hello, Lydia.
Okay, I'm getting revolted by these number one and number two jokes, but I have Mugger.
All right.
I'm using a New York accent.
So, there it is. She did catch up and overtook you, as a matter of fact. 4-2 is the score at the end of round one. Round two coming up in a moment. Please watch this. We're ready. I was just standing here chatting with these ladies here. We're ready to start number two, and Luann, since you're ahead, you go first.
Take A, please.
A it is. What does A say? A says this. James Watt said. What? What did James say?
Uh-oh.
The former James Watt.
Yes. He said, when I left Washington, I celebrated. I went out and blanked a dolphin. That's what Jay wants. Edie, you don't play. Brian, you don't play.
I don't know, Brian. I wouldn't
Here we go.
trust this.
James Watt said, when I left Washington, I celebrated. I went out and blanked a dolphin.
Killed.
Well, it's...
James doesn't paint a pretty picture, does it?
No. No, it doesn't.
Well, you know, James Watt, our former Secretary of the Posterior, I think that he would, in fact, have done that.
Aha! One more for Luann. She's up to 5. You agree with everyone here?
Well, I think that the man who used to be James Watt went out and killed a dolphin.
All right. A distasteful thought, isn't it? Now, Teresa, you're going to have a couple of shots at it to catch up. Let's see if it happens. Here we go. Did you hear about the Godfather's car?
No.
Now, what
Would you like to know about it? Well, I tell you, it's the only car in the world with a blank under the hood. Everyone except John and Lydia will play. They matched in the previous round, so the upper tier and Jamie.
Dum-da-dum-dum.
Jamie can.
Oh, do I have some...
Blonde red hair. Fortunately, it
Some
matches
hints,
yours.
I
Want to fool around?
John, let's crawl into the table.
something under the hood?
Can you
Yes. It's the only car in the world with a blank under the hood.
Yesterday was Jamie's birthday, and we tried to spank him. We couldn't do it.
There's another card for you, Jamie.
You didn't try, and I have the scars to prove it.
Oh, we tried. We did try.
Birthday card.
Oh, thanks.
Are they distracting you, Edie?
Yes.
Now she's ready. All right, Teresa. This about this Godfather's car. It's the only car in the world with a blank under the hood.
A bodyguard?
A bodyguard under the hood. Well, what do you say, Paul?
You know, Teresa, I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
Make it.
In the Godfather's car, there's a horse's head under the hood.
A horse's head. There was indeed, Miss Edie.
A bodyguard. Machine gun.
Machine gun under the hood. Brian, what have you got
I
there?
thought that was Woody Woodpecker under the hood.
There he is.
Obviously, there's some very sick minds on this panel.
That's true.
And as they say, sick minds work alike. I put horse's head.
Yeah, right. You understand we wouldn't have it any other way than have sick minds on this panel. All right, we come to Jamie.
You know, Gene, I'll make this short, but it's sort of interesting. You know, earlier, as we were writing, someone mentioned that I got spanked.
Right.
And, you know, I was writing my answer at that very moment.
Right?
And as you can see, I only got half of it written.
Aha.
But I did say body instead of bodyguard.
Well, they're thinking about it.
Oh.
Well, I tried.
You did try.
He's gonna blame me for interrupting him, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, Jane to her. I thought maybe I could...
Wait a minute. Paul wants to say something to you. Go ahead.
You're gonna sleep with the fishes, Jamie.
You know, I think you ought to
Anything
do...
for a match.
I think it's time for you to do another Animal House.
Yeah, right. No.
Are you going to do one? How long has it been since you did that?
That was a
few years ago. Yeah, right. Okay. But you were wonderful.
Thanks, Gene.
All right. Okay, let's find out what's going on here. 6-2 is the score. One more round to go, which you'll lay out of, but you'll have a chance to catch up. Let's see what happens right after this. Hurry back. Here we go with the third and final round. Now, since Luann has matched all of our stars and has 6 points, that means Teresa will go with her choice here of question A or question B. Teresa?
B, please.
B it is. What does B say? Oh, very interesting. All right.
Okay, we're going to really do it this time, right?
Yeah, up there and Jamie.
Sorry.
Ethel said, this new soft drink is terrible. Sure, it has no sugar and no caffeine. But on the other hand, it has no blank.
We don't write again.
Going with the first response.
Come on, everybody finished very quickly here. Teresa, remember what you have to do. You've got to match everybody. Think it over carefully. Ethel said this new soft drink is terrible. Sure, it has no sugar and no caffeine. But on the other hand, it has no blank.
Flavor.
No flavor. All right.
Here's the question.
I got to match everybody now. The best you could do is achieve a tie. Let's see what happens. Paul.
You know, the country from which I come is, the other word for flavor is taste.
Taste. All right. Flavor and taste. Very
Ethel
good.
said that? Lucy! Oh, where's Fred? Ethel said it doesn't have any caffeine, it doesn't have any sugar, and it doesn't have any taste.
Edie, I think you just broke my eardrums. But thanks anyway. Hello, Brian.
Hi, Gene.
How are you?
Fine.
I love your tie.
Oh,
Fred
thank you.
Astaire wears purple ties a lot.
Does he really?
Yeah, good-looking combo there.
Yeah, I thought that's very nice. So we both dance the same, too.
You do?
Yes. Is that for Fred or for the tie?
Yeah. Would you like to give us a little demonstration of dancing?
Sure. Where do you want me to dance?
Come right out here. Yeah, I'll show you where my key light is, and we
Gene,
can do
this
a
is
little.
the 80s for
right
crying
over
out
here.
loud.
The key light is over here. See that? That's your key light there. Just stand right there.
Could we have some music, please?
No, I didn't have that. That's what. No, I didn't have
please.
that.
Ready?
No,
One,
Brian.
2, 3.
No, Brian. No, Brian. Brian. No, what I meant was, I thought.
He's leading.
I do a single, Brian.
What?
I do a single. Back to the cage. Oh, dear.
Wearing a purple tie.
I thought he was going to do a time step or something like that. Got a match now. Taste is what she's after. Let me just give you. This new soft drink is terrible. Sure, it has no sugar, no caffeine, but on the other hand, it has no, she said, taste.
Well, I'm glad I won the audience's favor with my dance. Because I said taste.
5-6 is the score. Jamie, it's all on your shoulders.
Well, Gene, where I come from, we don't talk about flavor either, because it's all a matter of taste.
Aha! Guess what? We have a tie. And that means we have to find a winner and break this tie. And so we'll just go to the tie-breaking question here. There it is. Now, in front of you, but, let me just tell you what the question is. Here it is. Blank pancakes. Blank pancakes. Now, you see here in front of you 4 good responses to this question. Blank pancakes. Now, Luann, the seats were determined by lot, and the rule is you go first. You pick what you think is the best answer to this question. Don't say a word. Just tell me by number. 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Number 1.
You want number 1? All right, I will give you number 1. And Teresa?
Number 2, please.
You want number 2? You will have number 2. Now, I'm going to go over to the celebrities and caucus with them and get their responses, verbal responses to blank pancakes. And as soon as you hear your answer, either one of you, let me know. Jump up and down and whistle Sweet Sue or whatever you want to do here. Okay, verbal responses, Paul. Blank pancakes.
Aunt Jemima.
Aunt Jemima. Does anybody have... No, nobody has that one. Edie, what do you say?
Buckwheat.
Buckwheat, does any... Nobody has buckwheat. Brian?
Potato pancakes.
Potato pancakes. Who has potato pancakes?
Maybe it's not pancakes.
Blank pancakes. You understand?
Yeah, but I thought potato was pretty good. Buttermilk.
Buttermilk! Teresa! Buttermilk! Congratulations. Come on down, Teresa. Buttermilk. Blueberry. Blueberry. Have a seat right there. Congratulations to you. You're going to go on for the big money in a moment or so, but right now we got to say goodbye to Luann Williams. It was a pleasure to meet you. We're going to send some gifts your way, Luann. Many thanks for being here on Match Game. Goodbye. All right. Now, Teresa, it's time to switch to Hollywood Squares. We're going to bring out 3 more celebrities. Watch this. Isn't that interesting, the way that comes in there and makes a whole thing? Careful, Edie. It's coming. Stop. There it is. Right.
I'm calling my lawyer.
Just work. I'm going to change places with the host of Hollywood Squares, John Bauman here. So, friends, we got a lot more excitement coming up here. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
A member of our studio audience will receive Hitachi's Cassette Max Music System, FM AM stereo receiver with 7.5 watts per channel, belt drive turntable with magnetic cartridge, 2-way high drone cone speaker system furnished by Hitachi. And now, it's time for more of The Match Game. Hollywood Square, our with, from Days of Our Lives, Gloria Loring. From Three's Company, Richard Klein. Marty Cohen. And taking over, the star of the Hollywood Square, John Bauman.
And we'll be right back, you two.
And now, John Bauman and the Hollywood Square.
you. Thank you. Welcome to the second half of the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour, and I'm here with Teresa Truitt, who had a magnificent comeback, really, during the match game. She managed to elicit the word taste 3 times out of a relatively tasteless panel. And then, of course, we broke the tie with Buttermilk. I also would like to say hello to 3 new celebrities, Richard, Gloria, and Marty.
Hello, John.
Richard Klein.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you today. You know, we never like to do anything tacky on the show, like plug another show that someone is on or that kind of thing. But as long as you're up there with 3 new celebrities, with 2 other new celebrities, is 3 company, Richard?
I'm sorry, is Three's what?
Is 3 company?
Is Three's company? I don't know. I'm the 4th banana on the show.
Well, you're not the 4th banana on this one.
Any comedian dies in Hollywood, I move up 1 notch.
We're perfectly glad to have you here and to have everybody here.
Marty, come back.
Marty,
I'm
Marty?
back.
Yes, thank you.
Richard's joke.
Okay, now back to business. Teresa, I'm going to take you over to meet our defending champion and start Hollywood Squares. Here we go.
Squares! Hollywood!
And to my right is our defending champion. His name is Blaze DeRocco. He is returning today, having broken the bank twice in a row. He has a total so far of $62,850.
Que lástima.
And just a little bit of insight into Blaze. 2 shows ago, we were standing in that very spot over there, getting ready to play your first Hollywood Squares, and Blaze said to me, I should have shined my shoes. $62,850 later. You're probably not thinking about that. You're probably thinking about what you're going to do with all that money. Do you have family that you told about this so far? Or?
Everybody in the world that we could get on the telephone has been notified of my winnings.
Oh, boy. Okay, well, good luck to you.
My shoes are shined.
His shoes are shined today. Good luck to you today, Blaze. Let's play Hollywood Squares. We play Hollywood Squares until you hear the Time's Up bell. Now, whoever is ahead at that time is the winner, goes on to play our super match for up to $30,000, as you well know. Our first game is worth $100 plus $25 for every square that either of you captures. Our champion gets to start. That's you, Blaze. Pick a square. Let's go.
I'm going to go with Marty Cohen again.
He just likes me because I know how to give away the big money. That's the
right.
only reason.
$30,000
It's a fleeting romance
all day long.
Marty Cohen, which has been around longer, the pop-up toaster or Dolly Parton?
Now, this is a great question for me because,
Gosh.
because actually in college I majored in electronics, so I know this, with a minor in large bra sizes. And actually, which has been around, like the pop-up toaster or little pop-up dolly? I would say, indeed, because I know this because I studied this in college, that, in fact, Dolly Parton is, I'm going to tell you, Gloria, Dolly Parton is about in her, you know, early 30s to late 50s, and... Well, she's doing movies. I might want to work someday. And toasters have been around. Pop-up toasters have been around. I would say, in fact, Dolly Parton has been around longer.
Okay, so he says Dolly Parton's been around longer than the pop-up toaster. Agree or disagree, Blaze, for the first square?
I disagree.
The pop-up toaster has been around longer. You're right to disagree. You get the first square and $25. The pop-up toaster was invented 64 years ago.
And how old is Dolly Parton? Does it say?
No, it doesn't say on there, but I suppose you were close, between 30 and 50.
I'll call her.
Okay, Teresa.
The number 64 is prominent here, but it has nothing to do with age.
Okay, Teresa, take a look at the board and make your move.
Lydia Cornell, please.
Lydia. Oh, Lydia. You want to get rid of a boy who has a crush on you. According to Young Miss magazine, should you totally ignore him, or should you talk about another guy in front of him?
Oh, wait, let's see. Let me think if I remember this. Okay, Young Miss Magazine. We're talking about 13 to 16-year-old girls.
Yeah, or 30 to 50. Hard to tell.
Or 30 to 50-year-old girls.
It's Young Miss Magazine.
I think, talk about another guy in front of him.
Okay, she says you should talk about another guy in front of him if you want to get rid of this boy.
But it might get the job.
But effective. Agree or disagree?
I agree.
You should talk about another guy in front of him, and you get the square and $25.
It sounds so
actually,
mean, though?
Yes, Marty. I
think
suppose
actually-
you majored in this.
I know, because this happened to me. A girl got rid of me once. The best way to get rid of a guy really is to point somewhere near his belt buckle and giggle. That'll send the guy right home, won't it?
Unfortunately, that was not one of the choices we were given.
Or tell him his
carried
fly
away.
is down.
It works, though.
Okay, Blaze, your move.
I'm going to go with Gene Rayburn.
Gene.
Yes, sir.
Will your average goat eat a tin can, or does it only lick the glue from the label?
It would be physically impossible for the goat to digest that metal. But it does indeed like the glue, as we all do, don't we? Pass the glue around, please. No.
Gene, you want a hit here?
Yeah,
Pass the Elmers.
So Gene says that the goat can only lick the glue. It doesn't like the heavy metal. Agree or disagree, Blaze?
I'll agree.
It only licks the glue. You're right to agree. You get the square. Okay, Teresa, pick a square.
Edie to block.
Mm-hmm. You get this, you block. You miss this, Blaze wins the first game.
Am I supposed to have a Mendel block now? Am I supposed to have a Mendel block? Wait, no, okay.
Not yet. Wait till you answer this question.
Okay.
In 1984, while Los Angeles is preparing for the Summer Olympics, Iowa will be holding its own exciting event. Is it the Miss Overweight Iowa Beauty Pageant or the Iowa Winter Beef Expo? And is there any difference? Yes.
I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, which is the home of the American Royal Beef and Cattle Exposition. In Kansas City, the American Hereford Association has a building with a lighted bull on top of it. The heart is lit up because Kansas City, Missouri is the heart of America. Everything I'm saying to you is absolutely true.
It sounds like a lot of lighted bull.
Your tour guide for today will be Edie McClurg.
Do you have an answer to this, Edie?
What time is
Or
it?
just a lot of interesting facts?
All right. I know effluvia, I know flotsam, I know jetsam, I know eclectic information. This, I know, Iowa is the home of a lot of corn. Cattle are corn-fed. Therefore, it is the Beef Expo.
Okay, she says Iowa is the home of the Iowa Winter Beef Expo. Agree or disagree? To block, Teresa.
I agree.
It is the home of the Iowa Winter Beef Expo, and you do block and stay in the game.
4 years.
Okay, Blaze, we're smoking. Pick a square.
Richard Klein to block.
Richard Klein for you to block. You
Here's
missed this
something
one.
you don't see too often.
And we
Fortunately.
hope never to again.
Okay. You missed this one. Teresa
Talk to
wins
me,
the first
John.
game. Richard,
Hit me.
you're an ugly kid.
I vote yes.
We all have our complexes, but I'd like to thank my doctor.
For writing this question. You're an ugly kid, Richard. Is your teacher more likely to think that you're smarter or dumber than a good-looking kid?
Ooh, tough question.
Is your teacher to think that you're smarter or dumber? I would say that she thinks you're dumber.
Okay, so he says that your teacher will think that you're dumber if you're an ugly kid. Agree or disagree, Teresa? I mean, Blaze. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. He said.
I was thinking about whether I was an ugly kid or a good-looking kid. You know, I got a little bit distracted. Okay, Blaze. Agree or disagree?
He said dumber.
He said dumber.
Then I'll agree with that.
Okay, your teacher is more likely to think that you're dumber than a good-looking kid. You are right to agree. You get the square and you block. And we will be back to complete this $100 game right after this. Everybody stick with us.
Stay tuned for more of the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour. Now, back to John Bauman and the Hollywood Squares.
Welcome back, everybody. We're in the midst of an enthralling contest. 75 for Blaze so far, 50 for you, Teresa, but it is your move. Pick a star. Mm-hmm. You missed this one. Blaze takes the game.
Hurt me, Gloria.
Gloria,
Yes.
who is the original voice of Mickey Mouse? Was it Walt Disney, Mickey Rooney, or Deanna Durbin?
I got a hint for you, Gloria.
No, it was Walt Disney, absolutely, because he was very involved in the early creation of the characters. He was very intimately involved, and he was the voice of Mickey Mouse.
Okay, Teresa, to block. Agree or disagree that the original voice of Mickey Mouse was Walt Disney?
I agree.
It was Walt Disney. You get the square and you block.
That's a tough game.
I knew that.
You're a crazy kid, Gloria.
Blaze, pick a square.
Paul Provenza to win.
Thank you, Blaze.
Who was the original voice of Paul Provenza? No, wait.
There is none.
Paul, according to a Glamour magazine article on sex therapists.
I have no idea.
And you never will, Paul.
According to this article on sex therapists, what is their patient's #1 problem? Is it low sexual desire or low sexual ability?
One generally leads to the other. I have no experience with this now. So I'm just, I think it would actually ironically be desire, low desire.
Okay, Blaze, he says the
Say that
#1
with me.
problem among patients of sex therapists is low sexual desire. For the game, agree or disagree?
I disagree.
It is low sexual desire. No, you should have agreed, and your opponent gets the square and blocks you again.
Oh! Who we got left?
Okay, Teresa, you have new life. Pick a square.
Brian to win.
Mm-hmm.
And now certain death. Go ahead.
Brian to win. The orangutan who stars in the new NBC series Mr. Smith frequently does something before bedtime that many humans might like. Does he eat cookies and milk, or does he make love to a female orangutan?
That goes back to the other question.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you read about that one.
A gorilla question.
Does he eat cookies and milk?
Right.
Or does he
make love to a female orangutan? Yes.
Oh,
you remember that.
Okay.
Do a lot of humans like that, actually, making love to a female?
Actually, that is the way that the sentence is structured.
I mean, color me naive.
That's right. No, Paul, he's right. That is the way the sentence is structured. That is the way it is structured.
You probably need this question again,
No,
don't you?
no, that's all right.
We've
I
gone
was gonna
far
go send out
afield.
the pizza. Let's see here.
It's a prime time orangutan.
A prime time. There is the catch. That is the key word. Prime time. Words. Prime time. Right. Prime time. We don't do certain things on prime time, of course, unless it's one of those shows like, you know, those kind of shows. I would say it is eat cookies and milk.
For the game, Teresa, agree or disagree that Mr. Smith likes to eat cookies and milk before bed?
I agree.
He does eat cookies and milk before bed. You win the square and you win the game. Whoa. Okay, congratulations. You have built up a bit of a lead over our defending champion. 225 for you, 75 so far for Blaze. We'll be right back with another game worth $200 after this. Worth 200 smackers plus $25 for every square you capture once again. The last game was won by Teresa. That means Blaze gets to start this one. Pick a square.
I'm going to go with Richard Klein, please.
Yay!
Richard.
Come on, Richard.
I want to thank Paul Provenza for showing up as a detour.
Richard, you're an average American woman.
I'm an average American?
He's way
Well,
above
it says
average,
here.
John.
Talk about a detour.
Imagine you're an average American woman. Do you tend to cry more often during the day or at night?
Oh.
Considering the fact that the tensions of everyday living build up and reach a crescendo during the evening hours, I would speculate that the crying jags that women may or may not have, average American women may or may not have, would tend to arrive during the evening hours.
Blaze says that women cry more often during the evening. Agree or disagree, Blaze?
I disagree.
They cry more often at night. No, you should have agreed with them. Your opponent gets the first square. Okay, Teresa, you're off to a good start in this one. Pick a square for me.
Edie, please.
Edie McClurg. You're having a hard time getting pregnant.
Is it any...
According to Playboy. Sprang in the afternoon.
Need more practice.
You're having a hard time getting pregnant. According to Playboy, consuming which of these items can help increase your fertility? Diet Dr. Pepper, Cheese Whiz, or Robitussin cough syrup?
You know, that kind of sounds like a balanced diet to me.
Wait a minute, John. I think if she puts the Cheese Whiz all over her body, she'll have a very good chance of having a fun time anyway.
As long as
Mr. Smith is around. If she drinks enough Robitussin with codeine, she won't care anymore.
Orangutan.
But then the goat will only eat the glue. Wait, no.
Now we're caught in the time warp.
Okay, come on, Edie, because our defending champion's taking a licking here.
Diet Dr. Pepper, Cheese Whiz.
Diet Dr. Pepper, Cheese Whiz, or Robitussin cough syrup.
Okay, chemical properties, change in blood pressure.
Here we are back in Iowa.
She reminds me of my mother-in-law. Do you know
Going
that?
here now with Robitussin cough syrup.
Okay, so she says if you're having a hard time getting pregnant, you should consume Robitussin cough syrup. Agree or disagree, Teresa?
I disagree.
You should consume Robitussin cough syrup, and your opponent gets that square.
Don't ask why.
Mine is not to reason why, and mine is to say that time is up. That means with $250, our new champion, Teresa Truitt. Well done, Teresa. You have dethroned a very rich man. Why don't you go over there and get set for the big money super match with Gene Rayburn. Blaze, we're about to rename Hollywood Squares into the Friends of Blaze DeRocco Society because all of those people who helped you win that $62,950 now want to be your friends for life. You've been a great champion and a terrific player, and really we thank you for being on Match Game Hollywood Squares. And a ball. And now, Gene Rayburn.
Okay, John. Well, there he goes. And that means this is our last show because we have no more money. And I'm only kidding here. Our congratulations here to the new champ. We'll be back with all 9 celebrities and a go at the big money right after this. Now, here to play the super match is Gene Rayburn. Yes, sir. Thank you, Gino. Now, Teresa, it's time for the big money super match where you can win up to $30,000. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. We polled a recent studio audience and we got their best response to this. Real blank. Real blank. The top answer is worth $1,000. Second most popular is worth $500. And the third answer, $250. You may enlist the aid of any 3 of our 9 celebrities here. And who do you want to call on first?
Edie. Real people.
Real people. All right, one.
Lydia Cornell.
Lydia?
Okay, I was going to say reality, but never mind. Real life.
Real life is hers.
Richard Klein.
Did you pick me?
Yes. Here's an
I'm
answer.
flattered, Teresa. It must be the jacket. Real estate.
Good. Real estate. They have real estate, real life, and real people. Now it's up to you to choose one of those or give us one of your own if you'd like. What would you like to do?
Real people.
You want to choose real people? All right.
We like it.
Big NBC hit show?
Yeah.
All right. Let's find out if real people is up there, and if so, where. May we see the $250 response? Real life is up there. Okay. Now, the $500 answer says real estate. That was Richard's, yeah, all right.
Lydia, this
last chance to get real people. Here's the $1,000 answer.
Yay!
Real people it is. Very good, Teresa. All right. So far, you've got $1,000. Now you're going to play the head-to-head match with any star of your choosing. And you'll notice that each star has a number, a hidden number there, a 10, a 20, or a 30. If you pick a star with a 10, we'll multiply your money by 10. If you choose one with a 20, we'll multiply your money by 20. And there's one star up there with a 30. If you pick that one, you will play for 30 times your money, or $30,000. All right, Teresa, time to make your pick.
Lydia Cornell.
Oh, what?
All right, Lydia.
What makes you think that I have? Okay.
One never knows. Grab that tab and reveal it now. A 20. Good. Hey, 20, that means you are playing for $20,000, Teresa. Okay. Now you swing around here and face me. And this will be a written response for Lydia. Here we go. I wish you blank. I wish you blank. You finished.
Okay.
All right. She just wrote down the first thing that came to her head. Let's see if you can match her for $20,000. I wish you...
Well.
I wish you well. All right, Lydia. She says, I wish you well. We'll get the $20,000. What do you say?
Oh, God. Luck.
I wish you luck. All right. Now, Teresa, you have $1,250. That's not bad, but more important than that, you are going to come back and play again. Right now, we've got this message for you. I want to find out of curiosity, which celebrity had the big 30? John, you want to step over there?
I'll pull my finger.
All together, grab your tabs and pull. Oh! Marty Colanata. Marty had the big 30.
That'll teach you, Teresa.
Yeah, he had it once earlier in the week, too.
And I gave it away?
Okay, we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. That ends today's session of the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. We'll be back tomorrow with our champion here and all 9 celebrities. I'll be here for the Match Game.
I will be here for Hollywood Squares.
So long with the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. Bye.
A member of our studio audience will receive Gibson's portable dishwasher featuring 3 levels of washing action, hygiene cycle, forced air drying, and an energy saver switch furnished by Gibson. This is Gene Wood speaking for the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour, a Mark Goodson television production.